Good morning, we are back from Hawaii. Thank you guys for coming along and watching all of our Hawaii videos. But we are back in the garage. I do have some things that I want to check on my car. So the first thing is the starter. We're gonna just make sure that everything has good connection. So I'm gonna take off all the pieces at the top to get to the starter. It's kind of hard to get into there because for some reason they have the starter in like the middle of the engine on this car. Look at this starter. Could the starter just be burned? So we sanded down the wires on the starter, so hopefully I'll have good connection now, but I'm just putting everything back together. But while I'm doing this, Wayne is working on his car.
Oh hey guys. No, I'm swapping out the GK Tech knuckles for the OEM cut knuckles that I have over there. But in order to do that, I need to swap out the hubs from the OEM knuckle. So I got this puller, I got the hub out, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put this hub in the old one. But the reason being is because there's ABS and traction control in this car, and I'm not able to use the speed sensor for the front. So it throws the car into like a limp mode when I drive it. And I'll also always have to like push the traction control button off, but I don't wanna keep doing that. And I have a perfectly good set of cut drift knuckles on the side, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to use that and see how I like it, but I can always switch back if I wanted to. So I'm just playing with my options right now.
The engine is put back together, but I forgot that we have to put the alternator back in. So after we throw this alternator in, then we can try to start it. So when I was putting everything back together, the fuel injector O-rings are all cracked. So I just ordered a whole new set. And since we have to go back in there, I might as well put a brand new starter in. So those are gonna come in a couple of days. Good morning. So today we're gonna work on a new project. This is gonna be a house project, but it's related to the cars. So currently we have Blaine's Skyline and then my 240 inside the garage, and then everything else is just in the driveway. And sometimes I work on the car in the driveway, and sometimes it's by myself, and sometimes it's late at night. So just for safety reasons, I kind of want to just be able to work on the cars in the backyard. So one of the ideas was to knock down this wall right here and then have a pull-up door that goes in and out of the garage, and eventually we still want to do that, but we need something right now. So for the meantime, we're gonna break down this barbecue pit that we have back here, and then we can just drive the cars and work on it in the backyard. It's a big huge mess right now. We have wheels and tires and kits and stuff everywhere, but we'll clean it up. So this is where we're gonna call it quits for today. We got a lot done. It's maybe about 50% of the way there, so we just have to do the other side. So far I'm super happy with the progress. Good morning. So all my parts came in for this car. I got a new starter and I also got new O-rings for all the fuel injectors. This is the third one that I did, and they've all been so hard that they just crack off. There's no squish to them at all. So definitely a good idea to change out these O-rings. I finished putting all the new O-rings on top of all the fuel injectors, and I just undid all the screws or all the nuts and bolts for the starter so I can take it out. So when we put the engine in, we originally did the thing where you flip the starter bolts to the inside of the engine, so it's a lot easier to take the starter out if you need to. And it ended up working out really good because it was pretty simple to take it out. Oh, it's kind of heavy. So this is the old starter. Oh, that's the new starter? Why does it look so huge?
Same size.
Oh. Does it just look bigger because it's clean? Oh, these things are so heavy. We don't actually know if this is bad or not, but since we're here, we might as well switch it out to a brand new one, so that way, hopefully we don't ever have to come in this part of the engine again. Can you hold this?
No, we won't. We won't. This is bad. This is bad. Look at it. Look at how bad it looks.
It is burnt as heck. This is the craziest spot to have a starter because there's these little slots over here that you can put the nuts in. Luckily we had the bolts reversed from when we originally put the engine inside the car, because we knew that in case we needed to start it, it would be so much better than having to take off the trans and everything. But it's crazy that this is the way that they chose to mount the starter. But luckily this is something that we probably won't ever have to replace again. So there it goes.
Try. There's a vacuum leak somewhere. Hold on. Well, let's start up. Good though. Yeah, there's a vacuum leak somewhere. Try again. I adjusted the idle a tiny bit and I unplugged this thing. It works.
It's a new day now, and I feel like all the issues I was having with my car has been fixed with this new starter. So I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna try to start it right now. I just put my battery back in the car. I've been using Blaine's battery, but he needed it to move his car around, so I just put mine back in. It's been a couple of days since we put that starter in, and we keep trying to start it, and it keeps starting every single time. Let's see. Yay! So there was a parasitic draw on top of my car, and we tried so many different things to get it to work. We put extra grounds on the battery, extra grounds on the engine. We put a high output alternator. We took apart some wiring because I thought I did it wrong. And we just tried so many different things, but it was the freaking starter. And it's probably something that we should have tried, but I didn't think that the starter would have anything to do with it. Oh, there is one piece though that I need to find for this car. I just have to find the hose that goes from here to here. It's here somewhere in the garage. I just don't know where it is. I need to go look for it. It might be in one of those cabinets. But because these are open, it has a little bit of a whistling noise, so I just need to put the hose back. So previously we said that we were breaking down this barbecue pit so that way we can drive some cars into the backyard, and we finished it. Look, everything is gone. So we took away all the cinder blocks, all the concrete, all the rebar, and now we can drive a car back here. So now all we need to do is figure out what to do with all these tires. We just have a whole bunch of random stuff here, like the cherry picker, the engine stands, our workhorses for when we paint. Like, it's just a whole bunch of random things that we're not using all the time that we kind of just throw back here. So once we figure out a home for everything, we can bring some cars back here, because I want to make it look a little bit nice, not just a storage area. But so far we've made a lot of progress.